All right, here's a very warm welcome. This is Devang, and I welcome you all to the market outlook and the analysis for the markets on Tuesday, which is 28th of December 2021. It's 8 o'clock in the evenings, and let me give you a with a fresh mind, let us start and understand what can happen in the future. A couple of things about today. Today was all about the hashtag only longs above cutoff. Let me know if you all remember that and if you all took part in that movement. And if you all, even if you didn't take part in that movement, I hope you understood and looked at the market in a different perspective. I had a comfortable day today. I was very proud of the way the markets closed and how the movements were orchestrated. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the markets today. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment. It would mean a lot to me, guys. Thank you so much for the support that you guys give me. But last evening, we discussed a couple of things. Now, this is very important on how you manage trades. We discussed that below 34,600, we're not going to be long because below that, you will get pressure. And today, when the markets open, I give you a very big commentary on the RBL Bank and the IndusInd Bank issue during the live markets. And because of the uncertainty that was brought in by the RBI, you got a very big sell-off in the bank Nifty especially. And because of that, Nifty saw some sell-off and we try to come near 16,800 on Nifty. And bank Nifty from yesterday's closing of 34,900, it plunged till 34,200. So you got a good 700 point fall. So if anyone was sitting in calls over here, you would have, on that very 5 minute itself made quite a big loss. That is why I said in yesterday's outlook that the moment you are going below this, cut your longs immediately, because at that point of time, you will not have any big losses. And whoever cut the long, the view was very simple. If the market is below 34,600, yes, our ultimate SL in long is 33,988. That is always going to be there. For new members, go back, look over the series of videos to understand what these levels are. But the interesting thing was this, that when the market, was over here and when it plunged down, at this point of time, we don't know one thing. Will the market stay there or will the market rebound? And at that 15-minute closing, I was shocked to see how the level of 34,573 market broke and regained within that 5 to 10 minute span. And that told me a couple of things, that the market is quite strong, that the market does not want to come down. And whenever you see such big candles at the opening itself, it tells you a lot about how the public wants to behave. Today, I use a stance or a slang called thin volatility. I told you all about how volatile the markets can be because there is no participation by the FIIs and DIs. It's come down way too much because everyone's on a holiday. So if the FIIs and DIs are not there, they are not there to bring stability in the market. Be prepared for such movements. Be prepared for such volatile swings. And when the market started regaining 34,600, forget this couple of half an hour. But when the market started to close above that, it was quite clear that the market does not want to go down. And that was a signal for anyone who is short for any chance, exit your shorts. And for anyone who wants to get into longs again, this was the trigger. And this was the time, I believe, somewhere over here or somewhere over here, when the markets came up, retested. This was the time when I again took my 34,000 longs around 1419 levels. And I think it closed around 1700 levels again. So I'm very happy with the way how I manage the trades and how the markets have performed today. It hunted your stops in the morning, but it's always about re-entry. Always remember this. When I started my journey, I would always, whenever I got a stop hunted, I would always get out of the market. But the interesting thing that the market wants to show you is this. This is a signal of the weak players to get out of the market. But try to imagine this. If you have planned that 34,573 is an important level, and if the market after hunting you again is proving your point that I do not want to go below 34,573, it's actually supplementing your view. And if it is doing so, that is why we accept stop losses, and when the market again moves us, we will again take the entry. So never ever, learning from today for everyone is, never ever be scared to re-enter in a position or a stance that you believe in. That's the most important learning for today. And I did that, and I did fairly well in today's market. So happy about how markets went. Let me know in the comments, how did you perform? What was your stance and what were your performance at the end of the day? So I have personally carried over some long contracts in the market, and I'm quite happy with the way things have went. So I'm expecting, as I said, some good movement on the upside in the markets. Very happy with the way Bitcoin's moving. I hope I've already given you an update on Bitcoin on Saturday, if I'm not wrong, on Christmas. And it's an exact, I will give you a very detailed video on Bitcoin in the next couple of days. You can clearly see all the YouTube members, all the seminar members, all the Genesis members. You can clearly see a good inside bar and a good rule of three movement on the upside. So Bitcoin has become quite strong. So I give a detailed video on that on YouTube after this video. I'll give it all for the members, but that is fine. Bitcoin moving up means that the dollar is getting weaker because they are both in competition. They are different. They are both currencies. So if dollar goes higher, Bitcoin will come down. It's a very simple analysis, so we can forget about that right now. Coming back to the charts of Nifty, and the market kept on going higher and higher and higher. One good thing is now let us start to revisit things, how they are moving on. We always have thought about that W pattern, and it looks like it's becoming a reality now. I've given you some important messages on Telegram, which I really hope that you all listen to. Let me know if they're all helpful. I try my level best to give you every single turning point, every single commentary if I can. If you're not on Telegram, it's a free channel. I'll leave a link in the description. It's called Devang Mehra. Just join in and you will benefit hopefully from that channel. Today morning, I gave a very simple outlook that around 9:39, after the very first 15-minute candle, I said that today, looking at the structure, I will be more interested in the long trade on the gap filling side rather than the market going any aggressive shorts. So that was one update throughout which the market held it, and all the other messages were just the variations of that. And clearly at 10 o'clock, you saw how the markets kept on going higher. And I again gave you an update because I know some people have carried shorts in hope. Whenever you carry something in hope, market will always take you with it like a tsunami. It's simple, guys. It's very simple. Whenever a tsunami is coming, it will impact everyone equally. I'm just giving a very simple example in life. God forbid you're on the shore and a tsunami is coming your way. So whether you are an old person, whether you're a young person, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you're a child, or whether whoever you are, or an animal, the tsunami will wipe you off no matter who you are. Same thing in the market. Whoever you are, whatever kind of experience do you have in the market, whenever some wave is coming, it will wipe you out. So you always have to have a stop loss so that it protects you from your egoistic stance in this market. Because always remember, you're always a slave to this market. So I kept on repeating around half an hour after that update that it's clearly mentioned we are above cutoffs. I think today was all about cutoffs. Last evening, I mentioned very clearly in the part 2 of the outlook that if the market is above 760,900 and if Bank Nifty is above 34,600, you cannot be in shorts because anyone who is long is sitting from that point of time. And if that person is sitting and if that person does not cover, you will not get any momentum. Some people kept on asking me that the VIX is high. So what? So what? I would ask you all to look into how the VIX is calculated. Look into that. I will forward you all over the weekend a white paper on VIX, which is a good 16-page article on the calculations of VIX. So if you want to read about that, let me know in the comments and I will forward it to you all in Telegram over the weekend. But all I'm trying to say is VIX going higher will bring volatility. And did you all not see volatility? And I think in the second half of the market, and I left another update for you, that guys, volatility will come. But you have to answer, do you want to take part in that short because of volatility? Or do you want to use that volatility and go long? Because anyone who went long because of volatility must have crucially and highly benefited. So I left all those updates. I hope you have benefited. So let me know in the comments, hashtag guys, only longs above cutoff. So we are well above cutoffs. We have no reason to go short right now. And I'll tell you when we can go short again. So that was all about today's market. 573 was a blessing. ICBs were a blessing for the members. We just discussed it on YouTube on Saturday and Sunday. So if you're not a member, if you want to learn what ICBs are, what magnets are, come over to the channel. We do every week live seminars and we do a lot of learning videos. So you can learn as with the market commentary going. And I've been saying it again and again, the portfolio adding, topping out should be done. SIPs topping out should be done. So that was all doing very well. And in the end, things worked out quite well for all of us. Now, the thing is, how do we plan the market going forward? I think that's the question that I believe people have been asking me. What is the plan going forward? And I'll give you some very, very simple notes. Let me just close the Telegram so that I do not get any disturbances. Plan going forward is quite simple. I want you all, first of all, you can clearly see right now We got 15-minute double bottoms, 30-minute double bottoms, 1 hour double bottoms, but it looks like it's a possibility that we will get a 1 day double bottom. Yesterday, I talked about the weekly candle, that how the weekly candle is showing strength in the market. I also talked about today, if you remember, let me know, about ICICI Bank, which is becoming stronger on the weekly chart. So I'll talk about that also within a minute. But just see how beautifully Bitcoin is going higher. And I hope you got that long trade. I've put up a lot of reminders. Even over the weekend, I put up some, that eye emoji. Guys, please, eyes on Bitcoin. Get ready for a good movement on the upside. And hopefully you will get further movement on the upside as soon as 51,800 levels start to break. A good movement on the upside will start to come in the Bitcoin. If you look at the technical perspective on Bitcoin, 48,000 is the level. Like Nifty has 6,900. 48,000 is the level where buyers have started to accumulate Bitcoin. So any dips towards 48,000 is a good buying opportunity, and any closing below 48,000 on the day chart will be a stop loss for anyone who's long on Bitcoin for whatever time frame that you trade, guys. Anyways, going forward, understand a couple of things. Nifty Bank has been showing weakness, but today some good macho business done by Nifty Bank. It's closed much better than Nifty, and Nifty's already been strong. I want you all tomorrow to just observe how the markets open. Before that, I think it's important we talk about ICICI Bank. If you look at the chart of ICICI Bank on the weekly scale, forget about all these things I've told you where to accumulate ICICI Bank. This is what I said. I said that, yes, last week's candle after a big sell-off was a good spinning top. So once the market start to go above last week highs, which is 740, if I'm not wrong, 739.5, some good buying strength will come in ICICI Bank. And I quote myself, I said, once 740 starts to break on ICICI Bank, it is well in time. It is due time that ICICI Bank starts to take charge, being the best private sector bank available. And once ICICI Bank starts to take charge, it is time that Bank Nifty will start to expand above 35,400. So tomorrow you have to observe this. Does ICICI Bank, after a flattish opening, go above 740? Because if it does, strength will be seen. Are we holding? Yes, we are, my friends. We're holding it since 748, 725. Accumulations have been done by us in tranches. We're again and again. I've been time after time telling you this. Keep using every dip in buying and buying and buying and buying. COVID is not the reason market will fall. Inflation was one, tapering was one, but COVID, because of one same event that has happened earlier, market will not fall because of that same event. So all those things have been discussed in detail. So tomorrow, this way is also a very good way on how to analyze which stocks are getting stronger this week. I would say what I've taught you right now on ICICI Bank, put this same analysis on the Nifty 50 heavyweights. Because if the Nifty 50 heavyweights start to break last week highs, they start to exert bullishness. And because of them, the Nifty Bank or those sectors will start to come higher. So that is something which I would require you all to do over the weekend. If I look at the global markets, thank you SGX Nifty, it's doing well. It's rewarding us, rewarding our analysis. If you look at the American markets, S&P is in its own territory, it's in its own world. IT stocks, NASDAQ doing massively well. If I open the daily chart of NASDAQ, you will see what I'm talking about. It's heading again towards the lifetime highs of around 16,600 levels closing. Dow Jones doing especially very well. It's just broken out of this consolidation. It's heading towards the 36,400 lifetime highs. So America particularly doing very, very well. If you also observe the UK markets, you can see clearly we're at lifetime highs in UK. You can see a good recovery in all the European markets. And the question is this, anyone who's going short because of COVID, I will ask you this, South Africa recovering like anything. UK has the highest cases per day. Still, it is going up. It is at the lifetime highs. Why? Because COVID is not the reason the market wants to fall. Remember these points. Coming to the Indian market. So as I said, remember that bow and arrow example for all YouTube members. I've talked about that over the weekend. On the Nifty charts tomorrow intraday, we are not right now looking to go short. I am making it very clear. There is a time to go long, there's a time to go short, there's a time to go fishing. If you don't want to go long, you fish. You fish for equity, that is up to you. But it is not a time right now to go short. What I'm saying is we will go short again when the market comes towards the lower levels. I do not want you all to make that Trojan Spartan mistake. I've been very clear every single day in that example. I know it's time. I will use some new examples tomorrow so that these concepts are fresh in your mind. I hope that these psychological points are adding perspective in the way you trade the markets. Tomorrow is all about volatility, compression, and expansion. It's like the calm before the storm. Today I talked about, I think Bank Nifty is an easier trade. I think we're also right now in the banking equity, we're in the banking index trades. Tomorrow is all about Bank Nifty. I would say, I would put it that way. I talked about this, that if the market wants to expand, it will have to do a volatility compression. And you can clearly see that the market has done some good volatility compression today. What I mean by that is tomorrow, all you have to observe is in the pre-market time, is the Bank Nifty index having a flat opening? If the Bank Nifty index is having a flat opening, meaning anywhere between this range, ideally above 35,000, I hope you got my message today on Telegram when I said sustaining above 35 is important, which will open room for double bottom completion above 35,400. So tomorrow, if the market is opening flat, especially above 35,000, I just want you all to smile. Just like that. A big wide smile. Like you all love my smile, just smile. Because that would prepare you for a very good move, and market is ready to reward you on that day. If the market is opening a little bit of a gap down, I don't want you to smile. The reason is you might not be in a trade, but that will lead to volatility. Why? Because anyone who has gone long, for example, I have gone long on Nifty. If the market opens gap down, I will have to take a stop loss. And that is why the market will become volatile. Some people will exit, some people will enter, it will become volatile. I am again not saying aggressive short over here, guys. I am again not saying aggressive short over here. All I am saying is the market will become volatile. Something that I've asked you all today also to remember about a thin volatility concept. So all you have to observe in Nifty and Bank Nifty, both is same, where you open. If you open flat and the moment you start to break the highs of 35, 100, whatever is the closing prices, you can go long. 50-point SL on Bank Nifty, go long. Go in the money, but go long. You will easily, I think if that happens, you should be able to get 35,400 minimum tomorrow on Bank Nifty. I think that will be easy. 1% movement, something we are expecting. Observe HDFC Bank, observe ICICI Bank. If both of them start to perform, this level will come, 35,400. So, but it is important that you're opening flat on Bank Nifty. If you're opening towards these highs on Bank Nifty, what will happen? Let me know. What do you think will happen? It's very simple. We are already opening at this double bottom high, double bottom resistance. So that will mean anyone who's already gone long like me, I will use this area to exit because I am currently very near to the monthly expiry. So I will become scared. I will try to be patient or cautious. And because of that, market will first come down, then stay here, retest here, and then slow and steady will go higher. That what the market will do. So again, volatile market is created. If you don't want a volatile market, you want a flat opening. It is as simple as that. So remember all of these points and trading all of these scenarios. Nifty is similar. 17,150 is a demon. Some people must be thinking, what about the 200 EMA? What about the daily magnet still sitting at 35,400? So if market is again coming there, it will break. It will start to break. Maybe not in this expiry, but then in January it will. But you can clearly see how stability is starting to come into the market. The more times a particular level is being touched, the more fragile it becomes and more likely it will break. Same thing for 17,100, 17,150. Because these levels have already been tested, first time markets will react. But again and again, if you come there, those levels will become fragile. If market tomorrow in Nifty is opening gap down, it will become volatile day. Reduce your trading. Remember, Devang Mehra said, no, don't smile. Devang Mehra said, thin volatility, expect volatile market. But don't go aggressive short. Don't go aggressive short. That will only come below 16,900. Let the market prove itself to be weak, then we will go short. No trades on hope. No trades on hoping. No trades on COVID cases increasing. Just think about this again. Do you want COVID to become a scare again? Do you want people to lose jobs? Because if you are going short right now on the hope of COVID, that is what you're hoping. You're hoping on death. You're hoping on unemployment. Do you want to do that? I remember in my meet and greet I did in Mumbai, in the Invisible Bar, around 75, 80 traders attended our meeting. I made it very clear that I don't feel like going short because I'm done. I'm so done with these travel bans, with people losing jobs, with people working from home and not getting enough jobs. I'm done with poverty. I'm done with how poor the conditions of people are in these points of time. And think about people living in the north of India. Think about people living in cold temperatures when they don't have jobs, how difficult life becomes in these points of time. Because we every single day are observing these things. So I just said, so I'm not saying I won't go short. I will below 6,900. But all I'm saying is if you're hoping for short, this is what you're hoping for. So all these things are fine. But always remember, flat opening is a good thing for tomorrow. I think Bank Nifty is a better trade. And if Nifty opens flat, if it goes above the highs made today, which is nothing but 17,112, but you can take 17,100 round number, that will work. Above that, go long 20 point SL in Nifty. Your first target will be a good 17,150. But I believe if that happens, it will break tomorrow. And if it breaks, bulls start to attack, my friends. Bulls for the first time, they will start to attack. 17,150 and 17,200 are the regions that we have been very, very particularly been interested in. If you all remember, this was the zone when we took a shot. This was the zone. If the market is going above this, it will try its level best to also break 17,200. So tomorrow, two targets in Nifty important are 17,150 and 17,200. But if the market goes above that, and for some reason, if it closes above that, I want you all to again smile. Just smile and sleep with a smile. Maybe you trade, maybe you don't trade. But that will be a signal of recovery. That will be a signal of bulls attacking. That will be a signal of your portfolios will try to come back to green. And that will be a signal of hope. With that, I end today's video. Thank you so much.